the Sturgeon full moon Saturday. What's up, everybody? I am the hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American Sybil. I am your messenger of God, the first child of God, the Lilith reincarnated. Here on another one. Welcome all the new people. Hi, how are you? In order to keep up with me, you would have to catch what I posted in my community page. I put a lot of songs in there, so you get some frequency activations going on. You'll have to see what I posted in my shorts. I got a good one for tonight. Kobe was up in that ass. And my most recent live videos. I need to see what's going on. The fucking energy's been all fucked off all day. I was thinking as I was coming up here, I was gonna, I have some shadow cards. We'll face some more shadows. But I was also talking about, I shared something yesterday in my community page about the the released documents from the CIA about astral travels. And I was going to do a reading on that. And so when I was coming up, I was thinking about it, and I was like, that's probably what's going on today. I have been stuck in the astral realm, I think. I just have not really been able to ground. There's two opposing polarities pulling in me. I don't even think they're pulling. It's just very strange what's happening. And if I try to look at it, I just see a buffering signal. Like it's trying to turn on, but it's buffering. What? My life? I had all this direction. Seriously, a lot planned. And this happens typically on a Monday where I've got to, my mind is going in one direction and the heart says stop. And that's kind of what happened, but it was the direction my mind was going was based on what the heart told me to do yesterday, so I'm completely confused. I've just kind of been going through with it. It's like, I don't know, every reason for me to get up, on a Saturday, my normal thing is, and now that my car's running especially, it should have happened, my normal thing is to get excited, to get up, to go to hit the spiritual stores, go thrift shopping, do all kinds of crazy stuff. I couldn't get it myself to focus on it. I forced myself to go to the thrift store, and surprising enough, I walked away with one thing, but it wasn't like, it was just like the last minute I grabbed it because I needed it. What did I get? This little grill. I used to have a little one that I would do all my, I would burn all kinds of, I would grill in it too, and I would boil water, and I'd cook food on it, but I would usually use it basically for my, my rituals, because I need something, a fireproof base to, burn fire. So I'm not always at fire pits, so I carried my own little grill that I could start a little fire in, and I ran it over. So I needed a new one, and I got really excited about that, and that was supposed to go with tonight. I had this plan, and kids weren't going to go, but then they got excited about it, and then all of a sudden it just kind of fell apart. I was like, well, damn it. I was going to go camping tonight, not far, just, 30 minutes out of town, and just go spend the night outside. It's not a big deal. I was just going to spend the night outside, eat before we go, and just go hang out in the fucking tent. And that was it, but that fell apart too, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Then I got this weird generated, it said it was a generated message about the job, saying that applications are now closed, we're no longer proceeding with something to that extent, and I didn't know if it was just generated from the place that I applied for, or if they decided not to go through with my application. And I was like, whoa, what is happening? And as I sat there, all I could see is the buffering. I'm trying to look inside, I'm trying to, I'm like, what's happening in my life right now? What's going on right now? And it just shows me buffering. And I posted, I was like, whatever I did in the last 24 hours, the mindset changed everything. And now everything's different. Meaning, the way I was going in a direction with this job, with the idea of, fucking this man, whatever the case it was, wherever my mind was where it was, it no longer is. So therefore, now the universe is creating something new based on my new intentions. And it happened a little too quickly. I don't know. I guess you could take it to the moon. And then the moon killed me last night too. I never do no shit like that. I guess I do, but I couldn't relax. I finally forced myself upstairs to take a spiritual bath. And then I was right back out it. I was literally posted up underneath the moon until nearly 2 o'clock in the morning, burning my candles and my sage. I couldn't relax myself, I am like full of energy, but not predictable. I can't see what it's doing. I'm the light, but I can't see where the mind or anything's going. Everything is just still from my side. But I can feel all kinds of movement. It's kind of like I'm seeing this thing where you're like in the hallway and they're like, hold on a second. And you can hear them doing all kinds of shit in the room. Like they won't let you in the house. You like knock on someone's door and they're like, I'll be right there. And you can hear all this, what the fuck are they doing in there? Don't go anywhere. I'll be right there. I'll be right there. That's what you hear is all this commotion. There's all kinds of commotion coming from the universe. Like it's almost like a surprise, I suppose. Obviously it is because I can't see what it is. So before I start with the shadow cards, and we'll talk about that last night, I had a second shadow come in last night. I'm shuffling my tarot here to see if I can find out what the fuck is going on. I'm a little nervous. Let's see. Interesting. What's the action of swords? It's the Knight of Swords. Knights are about movement. Swords is about your intellect. So, give me a second. I'll read it out of this one. I'm just trying to get a grasp on what's going on. I've been in my own world, and that's what it is typically and it wasn't just me. My daughter was the same way, and I asked Morgan too. She's like, I want to do something, but I don't know, and I'm full of all of this. That's us, right? We're all in the same kind of conscious energy, but everyone outside of me, like especially the bitches outside right now are straight bitches, bro. Like the looks that I am getting from bitches, I mean, granted, my titties is hanging out, but you got a pair of your own, so what's the fucking problem here? What's the fucking problem here? And that was before I fucking put my little jumpsuit on. What the fuck? All these bitches are giving off these angry-ass vibes. Angry-ass vibes. It's just a weird-ass... I mean, I go through a lot of full moons. This one's weird. Just weird. Normally I'd be like just chilling watching it, but I'm like feeling it, bro. I feel like I'm on a boat. Like, the fuck? The fuck? It's a wands? No, it's a swords. Not the king, not the queen, the knight. The Knight of Swords combines thorough thought and action and represents a burst of energy leading to a lot of activity, travel, and getting things done. That's another thing too. I feel all this movement. I feel so much is about to blow up, like I'm going to be really busy. You find yourself thinking quickly and clearly, discovering unexpected solutions. Okay, I have no idea how long that was buffering for. It was definitely for a minute. No idea. Shall I just start over? Perhaps I should. I don't know where it started. I'm sorry, guys. I just looked down and it was circling. I don't look down at the screen. I don't really be paying attention to the screen. It's just a camera for me. Let's see. I'm just going to pick up where it hit me. However, air is changeable element, and you must be prepared for sudden alterations that temporarily throw your life into chaos. Perhaps because your new idea or vision revises your planned course, depending on the surrounding cards, as a result of a sudden illness, accident, or surgical operation. I was like, that had nothing to do with it. And this is where I started. The Knight of Swords can indicate an influence of a person who will initiate change in your life. He is a mercurial man with extreme but changeable opinions. And I said that's when I stopped and looked down. I was like, I don't know who this dude is, but I'm going to show you how I own this card. I'm going to say me, because this is me. I am a mercurial woman with extreme and changeable opinions. What I fiercely believe one day may be radically altered the next. I am quick, mentally and physically, articulate, persuasive, and always in a whirl of activity. I am impatient, and I need constant stimulation and can't stand indecisiveness in others. That's it, too. I'm not going to wait around for you to make a decision. I'll go without you. That's exactly what I told my daughter. I was like, if you want to go, we go now. She's the one that really wanted to go. And that's the same thing with Morgan. I don't wait. I'm not. She's like, I don't know. I'll come do a dab and see how I feel. All right, well, let me know how you feel. I don't play around. All right, so they often rush into things without considering the consequences or other people's feelings. That came up in the shadow work, and we're going to talk about it, because even though a shadow is something you deny, it doesn't mean that it has to be something that you hide. However, he is charming and good with words, or I am charming and good with words, so I can probably talk you into doing anything. As a lover, I am likely to be temporary, one who won't make romantic gestures or even contact you after I decide it's all over. I like to get my own way and can be convinced of my own superiority, and that I see it's my duty to educate everyone around me. Of course, this might be describing you. That's what I said. I don't know if there's another dude like me. If there's some dude that fits the profile, but that's me. They're out there looking for a man between the ages of 25 and 35. It's a fucking woman over 40. Reverse meaning. Take care that you are not rushing into something without thinking it through properly and endangering others with your carelessness. You know, people are always, like, on page 41, people are always saying that. You look at me like danger. I heard that song, She's So Dangerous. That's fine. I don't live by your norms, and you can't possibly find my life normal. I live off of impulse. Period. Now, there's some type of manifestation to it where I already had the idea, so this isn't a new idea. It's just this is the time to launch the idea. So it's impulsive. It appears impulsive. But, without thinking it through properly and engaging others with your carelessness. I'm not going to lie. That's what, Dickhead accused me of. He's like, you need to plan this out. I was like, I had a plan. Get with the plan. It's like, oh, I don't have enough time to consider it. I said, I gave you 2 days to consider it. This is simple. Figure out a fucking alibi and meet me here. Then comes all this extra bullshit. I was like, oh, well, forget it. If I'm going to fucking do it, I want to do it my way. I want to have it. I'm tired of... You must understand the whole situation. I'm tired of just pleasing men. If I wanted to do it, I wanted it to be pleasing to me. At least the atmosphere. After he told me straight up. And, Morgan says that could be a game you play. That you play the, woe is me. Like, that's a game you play by downplaying your sex. Oh, I'm not that good. So that way they can play like, oh, well, I'll teach you. And that's exactly what I told you. I don't want to fucking teach you how to touch me. What? Anyways, in the essence of this, it's like, everybody wants everything to go smoothly and planned, and, they're not good with change. They're not good with impulsivity. They're not good with, that. And they consider it carelessness. Fine. Fuck around and find out. That's the difference between me and you. Is you'll sit there all day thinking about it. I'll get up and do 4 different things while you're thinking about, whether or not you should. I spent 3 years thinking about whether or not I should. When the time was right, all right, fucking do it. I was ready to do it. That's all that matters, is when the time comes, are you ready to act? All right, act a fool. I was ready. And moving on. And that's just where it is. It's like, my whole lifestyle threatens your security, your comfort zone, your predictability, your mundane life. You hate that I don't have a fucking schedule or a regular life. You love to talk about it, but you hate it. That I can do whatever the fuck I want. And I do whatever the fuck I want every fucking day. Well, within conscious of it. In the sense of, I don't want nothing. I just want to be left alone. I just want to sit around outside staring at the fucking sky until I die. Are you serious? Works for me. If the body didn't need to eat and sleep and everybody didn't need something from me, you know where to find me. I'll be here for the next 55 years. Seriously? Seriously. Meaning, I don't need anything outside of me to be content. The body does, and that gets on my damn nerves. It's like, when it's too hot and shit, my body's overreacting. Or I'm thirsty or something. I gotta go inside now. I gotta piss. I gotta do something. In the sense of, I don't need or want or desire some shit. But then I realize I do need some dick. I really want this guy. Super desire this guy. So I went after for what I wanted. Then I realized, now that's the second shadow we're going to talk about after this. Whatever this is, it's just confirming that they fucked up my day. Alternatively, the card can also suggest that you're exhausted and need to slow down, as you are spreading yourself far too thin. Focus on what's most important. That's where you guys do. You focus on what you got to do about your life, because you're in all control and it all comes down to you. I just got to focus on what the fuck God's telling me so I don't miss the message. What the fuck am I supposed to do? Go find me a man? Go chase everything like you guys do? Go make my life? Go make my life? No. God granted me life. That's how it works. And I don't just sit around, you know what I mean, expecting a golden spoon. I have to work hard for it. But I'm not, what do I want? That's what they want all the time. What do you want? I want to be left alone and just get this job done and let it be done. Why? This goes back to the shadow. We're going to face it real quick. The reverse King of Swords may be a person in your life who causes chaos wherever he goes. Perhaps that is me. I don't know. Do you think I'm chaotic? Perhaps. Overbearing, thoughtless, freckless, don't rely on their promises. Not me. Provokes quarrels. I tend to. I'm gonna raise the awareness, and that becomes a quarrel. Everybody's saying it, or everybody's thinking it, but nobody will say it. So then I say it, and now, here we go. This is chaos, supposedly. Why'd you have to say something? I'm seeing that guy, Derek. Why did you fucking invite me? If you know what I mean? Knowing that I have no filter. It's more like a joke. Like, let's go take Lucky over there. Let's take Phoenix over there. She's going to eat them up. Introduce him to Phoenix. Watch what Phoenix does. Am I going to do less than that? You're going to bring me around a fake person and expect me not to point out how fake they are to the crowd? Am I doing it to make myself bigger, or am I just pointing out the truth? Just saying. Let's move on. Beware makes a bad enemy. I mean, I guess you don't want to get on my bad side, because then you got God on. You're dealing with God. An enemy of me is an enemy of God. You're not fighting me. You're fighting God. If you don't like me, that's fine. I don't like you either. But fighting me, you're fighting one of God's children, and he's one of his highly favored. So perhaps not do that. All right. We're going to talk about this shadow that came up last night. What's the shadow? I was really just out to finish them. And that's why I say, leave me alone. All you're going to do is teach me lessons about this world, about myself, about whatever. You are nothing more than a teaching tool. You're that kid, right? I'm doing my own work and stuff, and they're like, hey, we got a new kid. We want him around for the day. We want you to show them the ropes. Okay. Meaning, I'm supposed to be your fucking new school guide, and I walk you around the school. But nobody realizes that while I'm you're wasting my day. Like, I get to babysit you. Like, that's what you're here for. I'm supposed to walk you around through, spiritual school, and you're going to tell me all about your life and where you moved from and what brought you here and all your drama and blah, 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 blah. And I'm going to have to spend a whole day with this. Or more. It is exactly how I view people. I view you as a karmic lesson that I'm here to learn and move on. I'm kind enough to realize that I might as well learn it from you than just moving on. So I'll take the time to, entertain this lesson. But it's just a lesson. I learned that the hard way. Nobody's here to stay. It's not me projecting. It's not my insecurities. It's truth. It was a long, painful journey to realize that. Why can't you stay? Because you can't keep up. I'm going and you're standing. You can't stay because I'm not standing still. And you are. Right? So Sophie wanted to be my friend, and Sophie wanted to heal and shit, until we came to a point where Sophie didn't want to heal. So then we're not friends no more. And that's just pretty much it. I only want to hang out with people that do what I do, which is healing. I don't want to hang out with unhealed people. I am fully aware that you're all unhealed. And so, and there's lots of unhealed things that I need to fix in myself. But like attracts like, I don't want to hang out with that. Now, knowing, like I do, that God is sending me people to trigger my healing, do you think I'm excited about every person that comes in? Every person that comes in is only here to make me remember some kind of painful memory that I've forgotten. Relive some kind of painful experience or something like that. Now, I'm not really psyched about going outside and meeting people. Meeting my problems is what they are. Sorry, but you come in the form of one of my former problems. And what happens? I end up taking it out on you, and I feel like shit for it. I'd rather not. How about no? How about no? Right? So, going back to it. Did I, and this has always been the question, what were you thinking when you hooked up with Bobby? It was pure pleasure and desire. Did I think I was going to get a husband out of him? Nope. Did I think it this weekend? Nope. So what? I was going to use you for my own advantage. And she called me out on it, and it's very true. And especially when it comes to you twin flames. I know exactly how this works. I told you before I talked to him, a broken part of me is attracting to him so that I'm forced to heal it. And that's exactly it. What happened? This broken part came out with him, and I've seen it. And I am doing everything to heal it. But that's all they do. Only time God makes me go look at Russ so that Russ can trigger me into an unhealed version of myself, a low vibration, weak, shit-talking type bitch, you know, an egotistical version of myself, so then I can see myself act a fool and fix it. Do you think I'm going to spend the rest of my life getting annoyed by Russ? Or any of them? That's all they do. You don't understand a twin flame. The closer you get to this person, the more you face your unhealed trauma. That's it. Now, the attraction makes you face it and get closer. But once you face it, you're no closer to the person. You just were called to face your trauma, bro. You're no closer to that person. They are completely, all of my 12 twin flames, 12 plus 2, are emotionally unavailable. Super tapped out. No emotions. Welcome to the Divine Feminine Awakening. This is where I teach you guys emotions. These guys don't have them. They operate out of one. Each of them have one emotion that they operate out of. They need to open up more. So we have Marshall in his rage. We have Lewis in his drive. We have fucking Ali in his insecurities. Shall I keep listing your low vibrations, guys? Should I really tell everyone how low you go? You operate out of one feeling. The point of this is to get them to operate out of all of them. Now, where does this emotional unavailability come from? Their mental status. They will not talk about what's going on in them. So they stay in a low vibe. They stay in the feeling of the thoughts that they have. They can't change their thoughts, so they don't change their feelings. I see you, Marshall. Yeah, he's done a lot of the work. Not all of them are still on day one. But they've been here since day one. Going back to this guy, he is day one. He is literally the devil card. He brings out all of that. He is a Scorpio by definition. He's going out all of that. Hey, sounds like you're the problem. Most likely. And that's where it comes down to. Who's the problem here? Well, again, no projection, all transparency. People aren't the problem. We are. If we change ourselves, people don't bother us. That's it. Amen. God bless. So that's what we do over here is we fix ourselves because we can't fix them. They're fully asleep. They don't even know. Like, you ever look at someone and you be like, do you even know what's coming on here? Like, do you even know? Nope. Forgive them for they know not what they do. And that's where it is like, you know, people can bring out the best and the worst in you until you have control over that. Where people don't bother you. That's where we're striving to get to, is that place, right? But in essence, until then, you're going to keep getting what you don't want, because that's what you need to learn from. That's that whole karmic circle, right? So I'd look at you as nothing more than a lesson about myself. Give it enough time and I will see a broken part of myself playing out in you. And I can use that. Because what it is, I'll be honest, I'll look at you and I'll be like, what the fuck? All day I'm looking at people like, what the fuck? All day. Really? Yeah, I just don't get them. I don't get it. And so I'll sit there long enough to try to get it. And then when I'm trying to get it, I'll get a memory. And then I can attach. It's only in my pain and suffering that I can relate to you people. You people. Sounds like my grandma's in the room. She's the only fucking spirit in all of these spirit realms that I knew that would talk like that. So when Morgan said that yesterday, and she was right too, and it was just like that. It's like, it's all about the conquest, right? I'm just gonna, it's a game. It's not about the prize. It's just about, it's just about the learning experience. I have no reason to believe that you're anything but a learning experience. Can you change my mind? Yeah, I am a mercurial person that what I fiercely believe one day may be radically altered the next, as it says in this card. And that's one thing that people find me is too shifty. I'm shifting my thought process, right? Put my face in the camera. Why? Why? Isn't that funny? Why do you think they want to see my face? Hey, I'm going to start a fucking Instagram tonight with plenty of my faces. But why do you think somebody said that in the comments? Does it matter who's talking to you? Are you listening? Or do you just want judgment? That's what you want. You want to look at me so you could judge me. Judge me not, fucker. Judge yourself. In the essence, my appearance doesn't matter. It never did. But then when you see it, then it's going to cause a lot more problems. Why? Because I'm beautiful. That's why. That, and I have doppelgangers that use that to, they use my appearance, my words, my this and that to seduce their men that are totally in love with me and my appearance and my words and this and that. Doppelganging is the scariest thing I've ever seen, dude. These girls, they are scary. That scared the shit out of me, trying to be something they're not. Anyway, so that was the shadow that came up yesterday. I dealt with one, and then I faced another one. Is this a bad thing? No, I think it's a self-protecting mechanism that works quite well for me. Keeps me far and detached away from any well, it's not true. I still get emotionally attached. But it keeps me grounded in the true understanding. Because when I have to walk away, which is pretty much all the fucking time, I have to remember that. You guys don't walk away from people. You've never walked away from anything in your life, most of you. Some of you maybe, yes. You had to, put a tear down your eye and say goodbye. Some of you have. But for the rest of you, no. You don't know what it means to change. To forcibly change, right? When that happens, when you actually change your life and you look back at your life and the people that were your so-called friends in the life that you had, you do realize that it was just a season. Most of you tend to grab this nostalgia card and hold on to it with all these memories. I don't hold on to memories. Without your memories, you wouldn't hold on to the past so dearly. The past wouldn't matter if you didn't keep replaying it in your mind. Because are you replaying it in your life, or you're just holding on to this joyful or sad moment that you just keep replaying? Yeah. So I can look back at all of my life and see that this person was really only there for that moment to teach me that lesson, and you know what I mean, so that I can move on. Because once I learn the lesson, my spirit tells me to move on. When I went to visit Bobby the last time, I said it over and over and over and over. I want to see what happens if I don't hold back. Meaning I just wanted to let it out so that I can move on. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to move on. I'm not trying to be stuck here. I'm not trying to keep living these conversations out. I'm not trying to, and that's where it is Kobe came last Friday. Was it Friday, Kobe? I think it was Friday. Maybe it was Thursday. I don't know. Yeah, it was Friday. He said, you want to talk about why you always quit relationships? And I told him, because it's not worth the fight, Kobe. If I'm fighting to be with you, I'm fighting because it's what my heart says. It's not what you've shown me. Right? Why would anyone, and that's where I go back to this. There's lots of people on the surface that want Eminem. They'll fight to have, I think I saw it somewhere on Facebook. She's like, I would do anything to have an hour with him. He's my celebrity crush. I don't know who it was. There was some other celebrity that said that. But they would do anything to have the surface level of who this man is. Anything. Right? But would they stick it out through all of the shit that it really takes to keep Marshall happy? So that's what it is. You look at Russ, you're like, I don't know, buddy. If God told me to, I would. Obediently, and I'd do it as kindly as I could. But I look at you, and I look at all of the shit that it's going to require of me to be friends with you, which is minimizing me to have you in my life. I have to have less of me to allow for someone else. The math doesn't add up on that, guys. It just doesn't add up. In essence, if I'm bringing someone in, it should be more of me. I should be able to express more of me, be bringing more to my life, not less. But that's what I got to do. I got to tone it down. I got to take off my layers. I got to, you know what I mean? I got to pretend to be something I'm not. That was hard. I was like you. What sets us apart? The way we think. That's it. That's it. That's it. You guys think that you're better than me because of the material things you have. That doesn't make you any better. It just means you have more responsibility, if you ask me. But that doesn't make you a better person. That doesn't make you more qualified, more religious, more kind. It doesn't make you anything. It just means that you have more money in the bank. That doesn't make you a better person. And in comparison, until you can meet, you know, my twin flame over here, fucking Lewis Hamilton, and his bank account plus his kindness, you really ain't got shit on him. I don't give a fuck if Kanye and his wife are billionaires. They're not good people. Their billionaire status doesn't make them anything. That makes them well sought after, makes the people, you know, hungry people come following them around, thirsty motherfuckers and shit, but that don't make them any better. They're not better people when they're sitting alone with their phone or with their children. Money doesn't make you a better person alone. I just want to point that out. So, you know, that was the whole thing, is like, you know, she just called it out. And she was sure of it too. She was like, you're going to get disappointed by this. And most people, I guess women walk around with that full certainty, this is going to be some lame sex. They already know you're going to be a waste of their time. I was just doing it for my own personal power. I wasn't even about any of that. And again, with no intentions of getting a boyfriend or a husband out of it. So then she was right. I'm not doing this for any kind of growth, and that's where the Holy Spirit says, you're having sex with a whole fucking corpse. This guy is dead, inside and out. Literally, emotionally dead, mentally dead, and he might come at me with a limp dick dead. No conversation, that's dead. You can't talk, you can't think, you can't feel. It's just, I'm literally just having sex with a fucking toy. Which I should just stay and, use my own and try to figure out how that one works. Instead of trying to figure out a whole boy toy. Yeah. Sorry. He's really, I hurt his feelings all the time. You would think, but again, this is a person that doesn't have feelings. I mean, that's not true. Everyone has feelings, but if you don't express them, then they don't matter. Can I say that again? If you don't express your feelings, then they don't matter. That's why they don't matter, is because you don't tell anybody that what your feelings are. So they don't matter. They're not part of the conversation unless you make them part of the conversation. Your feelings aren't. Your opinion, sure, because you want to tell us how much you think, what you think about things. Okay. I'll tell you to your face. Your opinion is not valid or needed in this particular conversation. I'll shut you down real quick right in front of everyone. Make you feel real small, just like I told him twice. Your jokes are not funny. You're not funny. Did somebody tell you you were funny? Do you walk around thinking you're funny? Or you just say stupid shit after when someone says something and you think that shit's funny? It's not funny. Do girls think you're funny? This isn't funny. Then again, I'm funny, so, I have a raw sense of humor, so maybe. But going back to it, yeah. How do you treat people? And why do you treat them that way? That's it. Is this something bad, or is this just like the other shadow, just something I need to acknowledge and walk in? Be aware of it and be more alert to what it is. And that's it. Just becoming aware of a part of me that I hide from myself and from others. But then, who am I hiding it from? That's the funny part, is everybody else can see it but me. That's what it is. She could see it. And I was like, you're right. He probably knows that too. She's just gonna fuck me and never talk to me again. Probably. That's what I do, right? So that's what you started doing to me? You tried to reverse the roles? How'd that work? Spiritual work in hand. Yeah, gotta sit by yourselves. Let me take my dress off here. Let me take my shirt off and I'm gonna go dance naked into the woods. I mean, I might. I'm really close to Cherry Creek, and that's what I told Morgan. I was like, Morgan, if I don't make it out to camping tonight, you want to go with me over to Cherry Creek just to do an offering and a ritual? It's like, it'll be like the last full moon. We'll bring all the candles and shit. She's like, yeah, that'll be cool. And there I can go under, I can go into the woods and take my clothes off and do a dancey dance. So, why not? It's part of the ceremony. Why? You bathe under it. You let it run through you. It's an energy. In essence, if nobody was watching you, I guess that's why you go to a tanning salon. You take off all your clothes to get properly tanned. I have a crazy tan line going on right now. I mean, super crazy. But that's what it is. Same thing with the moon. You want to be able to feel it. It's a liberating thing to be able to feel comfortable to take your clothes off in public. I wasn't. It took me. I've done this quite a few times. It's not always the safest feeling, but it's a good thing. Tricks. Wear a dress. That's easy to pull off. For men, I don't know. Basketball shorts, I don't know. It's a liberating thing. It makes you feel yourself. You feel yourself in the world. You're naked before the stars, and it's a feeling. It's just you. It should be. I've never been with anyone else. Where you're just coming to terms with yourself outside. It's the same as taking a bath, men. They're great, they feel great, but it's a very humbling experience when you're sitting alone with your body and all the parts you don't like about it, or the fears of it, the view of it. When you're under the full moon, it's as bright as can be, but it brings out the beauty of your silhouette. And it's a freeing thing. It's like you're scared that you'll get caught, but at the same time you're trying to be brave and be part of something bigger than yourself. And, there's a lot of mixed emotions. I recommend it if you can do it. If you can be brave enough to do it, it's a good thing. How long do you do it for? As long as you feel brave enough. You'll know when that... Okay, I put my clothes back on. Give me my underwear. Hermit mode. We have to sit with ourselves. It's funny how that works, right? You go from taking action to sit your ass down. Sit your ass down and shut up. Just kidding. Why do you think that person wanted to see my face so bad? He's gonna be another person jocking my shit. Alright, the Hermit. When this card appears, it tells you that you are feeling profound emptiness in your life. This is that moment. I've described it many times. I feel empty but full. What does that feel like? I don't know. When you're depleted and you're like, you need something to make yourself full, that's a different feeling than I'm empty but I'm full. I can't tell you what it is. I can only tell you what it feels like. It's like I don't have anything, but I'm full of everything. I don't know what God's doing, which is always funny because he always surprises me. God giveth, God. I told you that. I don't know if, again, I don't know if I just lost the job, which is interesting because the job was on a timeline. So it's not about losing a job. It's about skipping a timeline. Meaning I was going to have to take that job for a certain time before he took me to the next place. It wasn't like that job was my job for all time. Do you understand that everything is just, so like, I thought I had to fuck Bobby to get to wherever the next place was. When I faced the shadow, it wasn't like I was sitting around planning this. It was an impulse. Where it is. It looks very impulsive, but it's finally when you just, you act on what you already know. So now is not a moment for outward action. Instead, the Hermit advises you to withdraw from distractions of everyday world and spend time in meditation and mature reflection. And that's how this happens. I go out, somebody says something or does something, and I sit with it. I sit with it. I make sense of this. Whether it's you or me, what you did or said made me think and feel some way. So that's what I sit with. What was it about what they did that made me feel this way or made me think this way? So we can go back to two things that happened. As soon as I came up the elevator, this chick was giving me the most awful fucking look ever. And I'm like, do you just walk around with this? She looked like she had an attitude. There's a bunch of them walking around with the attitude. And so I sit with it. What's your deal? Right? Does this have something to do with me? And that's that self-evaluation. Are you offended by me? Why are you giving me an ugly look? And then you look at how she looks at her daughter. And you just kind of watch them. And you're like, okay, you're just bothered by this moon. And you're taking it out on me. But your face, the old me would have said, what the fuck you looking at like that? You need to adjust that face, dude, before you look at me like that. That's the type of shit that'll get you fucked up in the streets, but at the same time, I back it up. And I say it loud enough that you're going to look the other way. Meaning, what the fuck you looking at? Why you looking at me all hard like that? And I promise you, Morgan is just as bad. I told you, she's just as bad about it. What you looking at? In the sense of, why are you giving me, why are you judging me? Why are your eyes on me? Something like that happened. So then earlier, I watched this shit happen. I don't know if I want to speak on it because it was all angering. I watched this lady roll up, and she gets out, and she's talking shit about somebody that was in front of him. She's like, oh, that's why you drive like that, and trying to hit somebody's car, and this and that. And she's opening up the car, and then this man that gets out, and he gives off a whole vibe, a whole angry vibe. And his wife had just delivered. And so they're doing all this, but it's like you just got home, and this is the attitude you have with a brand new baby is just angry. You're angry about life. You're angry about being here. This is grandma. Grandma gets out the car cursing everyone. Then dad gets out the car. Then I'm looking at the baby, and that's it. I just watch shit. I'm just sitting there smoking, watching all this. I'm watching grandma talk all this shit. I'm watching dad all frustrated. I'm watching the fact that they have a baby that can't be two, but they just brought in a brand new baby. So in my head, I was like, you guys didn't wait to fuck? You say I'm judging, but that's what it is. I'm observing. I'm putting together thoughts and feelings about what I'm seeing. And I just watched it. And then my spirit was like, because there's shit-ass, I can feel it. There's shit-ass fucking people. Not the mother. I've seen her forever. But she's got a bunch of shit-ass energy. And she's about to bring her brand new baby into this building. So I'm like, I walk up and I was like, it's my spiritual responsibility to offer if you'd like me to pray for your brand new baby. And the guy's like, yeah, let us get situated with an attitude. and they took the baby in. He doesn't know that I'm Lilith, and he has 8 days, or 20 if it's a girl, for me to pray over this child before you curse it with your karma. Go ahead. The time is ticking. The time is ticking. What's that? Go read your Bibles, dude. It has to do with what God, the powers God gave me. He gave me dominion over the children, the sinful children of Adam and Eve. I'm not your karma, and I'm not your savior. But when it comes down to the children, that's it. That's why they called me the child killer. Why? Why make them suffer? If I see what they're going to go through because of you, then why not just ask God to take them away and give them a new family that they won't suffer from? Your children are destined to suffer because of who you are. No matter how much money you make, they're going to suffer. You've put your suffering into them when they were from your own seeds and eggs. Or seeds, yeah, your own fucking seeds and eggs. Green eggs and ham. That's what I heard. Sam I am. But that's it. Those were 2 things I noticed today, like while I was out there. I mean, I saw plenty of stuff, but it wasn't, that's it. I just take it all in. I just take it all in, bro. And so I sit with it. Why did I feel that way? What made me think and feel? And then I can go back to it and just work through that. It's a time to discover your life's purpose, what you really need, and where you actually have to go. You can only do this if you stop long enough to listen to the quiet voice in of your soul within. The reverse harmony suggests that you've lost your way. It indicates a midlife crisis or loneliness and isolation. You may be trying to avoid examining your situation too deeply for fear of what you will find and the changes you will have to make in consequence. That's why people don't want to sit still. They don't want to sit with themselves. They don't want to hear about themselves. They don't want to take responsibility for themselves. That's all I do. I'm only responsible for me and how I act in this world. And it starts with how I think about this world and how I feel. My thoughts, even having bad thoughts about people, is creating. That's where it all starts from. I have no reason to think poorly of people. If I'm thinking poorly of you, meaning I have an attitude towards you, there's some work to be done. Why? Because you're not important to me. I'm taking out a feeling on you. You didn't do anything to me. Or maybe you did. And I'm taking out that whatever you did on you. That still doesn't make it right. That's what I do for a living. Sit around. It's called the science of self-realization, and that's what's made me a transcendental being, where I can leave the context of my mind and do things as called astral traveling, where I can travel to other places of time and space that are outside of my thoughts because I've already exited the thought process. But everything brings on thoughts, you know what I mean? If I go outside, I'll see something, I'll think of something. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm like the hermit. I'm cool. Just dealing with myself. It's too much to deal with you. Why? That's what I don't, like, he said 2 things to me that I don't understand. Forgive me, I'm a child. I don't understand why the fuck you said that. I don't understand why him and his wife are tracking each other. Yes, he told me because, they travel and they want to make sure each other are safe.
So that's your answer?
Thank you. That is the answer. That's their answer, not mine.
Then why are you so scared? It's not
That's
you.
not my answer.
Okay,
That's
not
your
you.
answer. Please, nobody's talking to you. The thing is your answer justifies your action. But there are going to be people that don't understand your action no matter how many times you tell them why you're doing it. And that's me on the other side. You don't understand me. That's cool. But I want to show you that it goes both ways. I don't understand. Why don't you understand this? Because I don't understand where the trust is, where the faith is. Where are you that I don't know where you are? That I have to really, like, Marshall used to know where I was all the time. When I had time, I would tell him, I'm going here. I'm going there. It's open communication. You don't have to check the phone to see if I'm really doing what I said I was going to do. Now we got problems. Where's the faith? Where's the trust? What's really happening here? Now, going back to protection. Where's the faith? Have you ever ended up on the side of the road? That's that thing as it's better to have one and not need it than to need it and not have it. Do you understand what I mean? So I look at this, after he said that, there's a card in here. I don't know which one. We read it. It was one of these, probably these nights. Could have been the Knight of Wands. I don't know. But it says, it talks about the relationship. This relationship is claustrophobic. On the outside, it looks like everything's good. But in the inside, one of them is being controlling and possessive with the money, resources, and love. Think about it. She sits around all fucking day waiting for his money, his love, and his time. She has to have a life separate from him. And then what he really said, he's working in town, obviously, close enough for me to see him. And I asked him, you're going home? No, they have me in a hotel. What? You haven't seen, what? You're within driving distance to go home, but you don't go home at night? That's okay. And furthermore, and I told him that. I was like, you're going to piss in your own backyard. You're going to your work hotel? Another woman to your work hotel? What the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Like, you're crazy. It doesn't make no sense. But then it does. Finally, it does. When he says she's tracking him. Why is she tracking you? Oh, she doesn't want me to die on the side of the road. Or she's going to kill you on the side of the road when she realizes what you're doing on the side. None of this made sense to me. It doesn't make sense. You're trying to make it make sense, but it doesn't. This isn't normal. It shouldn't be. You're trying to make it normal. And that's what it was. I was like, that's what I told him. Whatever makes you sleep good at night. But if this is normal for you, then you think it's normal to track me too. This is not normal. You're not tracking me. And this is what it is. He has a perfect relationship where she sits at home and takes care of the kid, and he can do whatever the fuck he wants as long as he pays those fucking bills. And he gets to walk around with the label saying husband, father, son, uncle, all this shit. America. He still gets to walk around saying he's a good guy. Again, this is a Scorpio, the definition of the devil card. And I'm like, and yet you're making me feel like you're telling everyone I'm the devil, and I'm tempting you, and I'm trying to take you outside of your home? What? And there's so many other things that people just say. Like, I'm seeing the girl, it happened. So there's this girl, there's all these people that are running around with puppies. I found out what happened. There's a lady on the 7th floor, her dog had puppies and everybody grabbed them.
I want one.
That's where they all came from. But so now they put out all of these notices. If you did not have a dog upon registration, you have to get rid of it or you'll have to leave. Right? So anyways, we see all these puppies and we see this girl with hers. And I was like, I never saw that dog before. She's like, yeah, we're keeping it inside. We want to teach it to bite. She said it to me and my daughter. It's like, yeah? I was like, well, don't touch it, Milia. She wants to teach it to bite because that's how you would do it. Now, even though she said that, I respect what you're doing, but it doesn't make no fucking sense to me. Why are you teaching a dog to bite in a family homeless shelter? You're teaching it to be aggressive with children families. Why? And then she says, we need a dog to protect us. Why? Your loud mouth? Why do you need an animal to protect you? From what? Why are you breeding this animal as a killer? What does it need to kill for you? It didn't make sense to me. But to them, sure, this is my guard dog. What's it guarding? That's its job. That's what it was made for. That Holy Spirit took form so that it could sit there and attack kids and mothers and people so that you could feel good about yourself. Now, do you want to go down to the categorizing that this is actually a black family and it's a pit bull? that are really doing this? You are so part of statistics right now. Like, you're the reason that most Coloradans can't have a pit bull. Because you do shit like this. You do shit like this. You're breeding an angry breed to be angry. And when it bites someone, you're going to pretend like it was, oh, that was my dog and it's never hurt nobody. And when they come at you with that fucking ticket and they take your dog away and they kill it, they're going to euthanize it. They're going to put it to sleep for what you taught it to do. Again, bro, I can't. My head hurts dealing with people. I can only take in so much. It was all she said was that. She was pushing it in a shopping cart. And I was like, I never saw that dog before. She said, yeah, we keep it inside because we're teaching it to bite. We want to be protective. You're breeding an angry bulldog or an angry pit bull in the family shelter. Interesting. Okay. And that's where I am. I'm like, that sets us apart. What makes us different? The way I think versus the way you think. Now I have to spend the time to have understanding and compassion for you so that I can have peace. Because otherwise I look at you as a whole fucking idiot. This whole fucking planet is filled with fucking idiots. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. Thanks, God. And that's what I have to do. No matter how big or little you are, I got to look at you as a child to have peace about what you're doing and saying. I'm seeing the girl in Target that just wouldn't let her kids have a box of Crave cereal. It has 12 grams of sugar in it. Are they allergic to sugar? Or you just want to be the best mother ever? Why don't you cover up your tattoos? What were you doing in college? You weren't having sugar and fucking beer bongs and fucking orgies and shit? Shut up, Rich. Shut up, bitch. You're out here projecting and lying, bro. And then she grabs a big-ass bottle of fucking wine that's filled with sugar, bro. Her kids can't have sugar for breakfast, but she's going to sugar herself up tonight. Call her Sugar Daddy. Way to go, Holy Spirit. Anyways, hermit mode. Sit with yourself. Deal with yourself. Every time we see this is Kobe. Oh, time to reflect. I got a great clip I'm going to upload of him tonight. What's the outcome, Lord? Oh, Lord. 3 wands. Foundations. Shit. Well, this is a card of growth, progress, enthusiasm. Thanks to good planning and determination, you are getting results. Still, you're considering expanding your horizons with new ventures in business, creativity, study, travel, and moving to a new place. I feel all of this. God might give me a totally different job. He's moving me on to a new creative venture, which is, through social media. Study, we're definitely studying. I'm on my way to traveling. I feel it, but I feel like a new move mostly. That's what it is. If I didn't move, I needed a vacation or staycation. I needed to get out a little. Grasping opportunities when they present themselves, and success will follow you. You are capable of dealing with any problem that may arise, but don't be afraid to ask for advice or assistance. However, take care not to neglect your day-to-day details in your eagerness for something new. My kids did something yesterday they never did before. They folded clothes.
I folded all the clothes.
Was it you?
And then
I felt like he did some of it because some of it was really half-assed. But last night, I didn't know this. I went to do laundry quite late, and it's about 10 o'clock, and I'm like, dude, just grab everything and we'll just bring it. I'll fold it at home. Fuck it. I don't want to stay in here, because I didn't know what time it closed. Then as I'm grabbing it, they're like, we're open 24 hours. And which was weird is as we were leaving, tons of people were coming in to do their laundry. That's what you want to do on a Friday. I mean, I did it too. But anyways, I bring it back, and there's this huge fucking pile. I got to show you the picture I took of Nana. God, she's... Oh, no, you should have seen her last night. She rolled all in it, and she just laid in it. Like your dog laid in your clean clothes. Do you have a dog? It doesn't matter if your clothes are clean. Once you put the clean clothes on, your dog gets on you. Or unless you're breeding it to attack people, and that's it. You guys look at them as pets, as property. That's my doggy dog, bro. That's my baby, bro. It's not human, but she eats human food. Like, she's part of the family. It's not, she doesn't sit out outside, making me feel safe and barking at, dust. In the essence, when we're outside, she needs me to feel safe. You know what I mean? She gets scared. We're a family. She's my baby. But just going into that, it's like, I put this, obviously it was the biggest pile of clothes ever. And I was told him just to sort it, but when I came back, she had folded so much of it. I was like, wow, it takes forever. I don't mind doing laundry. It's sitting there folding hours and hours because you're standing there. I don't know. There's something about that. It's back-breaking work. I don't know. My back be not liking it. This is also a promising card for making a new start with an existing relationship or founding a family. I think it's over. I say that every time I talk to this guy. I was like, oh, I think I blew him out of the water this time. He's drowning somewhere in his sorrows with a beer in his hand. Or a bourbon. That's what it is. Probably some other chick to rub his ego. That's another thing fucking Morgan pointed out. She's like, he's got priors, bro. He's got priors. He's been busted for this shit. I was like, I'm sure he has. She was fucking him when I was fucking him, and I was still fucking him back then. So, you know, I am his prior. We've been priorly doing this but in the sense that she's like, does that bother you? I was like, I deal with celebrities and Wolfman. Jealousy is not something that exists within me. I'm not fighting for attention on here. I've already got their attention. I don't know what to do with it. That's how it is. So as far as making a new start with an existing relationship, I mean, these kind of things bring me and Marshall closer. It stresses him out, I know, but it brings us closer. I was like, well, now you know what I was up to. He knows I'm just trying to grow and figure things out, and he knows I've got to do this my own way. And some of it is not, you know, so pleasing, but at the same time, he's got to find his own way too. And we talked about this. It's like, dude, I don't know how celibate he is. That's Lewis. Lewis, how long has it been since you got your dick wet, bro? Fuck. Allie. Jesus Christ. We're holding back. Why? Fears? It's not like we're not sexual beings and we don't know how. We're just not you, where we just turn off our feelings and can just, you know, blow and go. Anyways, One's reverse indicates delays, dissatisfaction, frustration, owing to a lack of proper planning. A venture that looked promising fails, causing you disappointment. I wanted to say that. You're always a disappointment. But that's not even... a disappointment would mean that I expected more. I can't really say I expected. I thought I had hoped for something different. That's all you can do, is hope that things will be better. You don't really... Don't expect it to be better. You are beginning to doubt yourself and get depressed about the situation. No, I'm not. All these guys keep flocking to me. Don't refuse help through misguided pride. Did I tell you what happened? There's a guy outside that's confessed his love to me. I'm serious. I'm like running around. He's just like, I'm so serious.
I'm sorry, what?
Exactly. Perhaps you and your romantic partner got together too quickly and you've discovered that you don't want the same things from life. And that's it too. Morgan said it's like, do you really want him to be your husband? Look at how he is. I know.
Bobby?
Yeah.
Ew.
I know.
You want to take care of 2 extra children?
I mean, I'm not afraid of children. That wasn't the case. But that's where it is. It's like... That's what happened. She said it. She called me out on it when they were both here. She's like, I was like, they're both within miles of me. I can feel them. She's like, but you don't want either of them, do you? I was like, I don't.
You just want comfort.
I go back to what Taz says. Maybe I'm just fucking bored. Maybe I just need a little attention. I don't know. And if that's the case, I need to give myself more attention. Jesus Christ. I don't know, man. I saw what I wanted before, and it... I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
This is just like, you know, going back to this, you discovered that you don't want the same things from life. I don't. He wants a boring, predictable-ass, fucking lame-ass life. He is settled. He just needs to down himself. He's settled on a downer life. It could be a long-distance relationship that's not working.
That's me.
That's me. I'm not going to be able to do that. I understand that you need to go, but that's not going to work for me. I'm not going to do all that. Space and time is fine, but what you guys got going on, this fake-ass relationship where you're never home and shit, and you're out here fucking all kinds of girls and meeting up and doing all this type of shit, that's not real. And that's what it is. It's like, how could you want something with a person that you know is not capable of giving it to you? He cannot give me anything better than what he's giving his wife. I don't even want that. I feel like I'm getting the better version of this. And if you think about it, I don't have to wash his underwear and listen to, you know, all this bullshit and deal with his mother and all of this. You know what I mean? Fucking, you know, cleaning the toilet after he pisses all over it and shit like that. In the essence, it's like, I believed that he could be what I wanted until I realized that he couldn't. And that's what it is. It's like, well, what did you want? Well, that's what took me time to discover. What did you want? Oh, we got to the bottom of that. Yeah, long distance relationships, I can understand that. You gotta go and stuff, but given the fact of my love language is time and energy. So I wouldn't be able to stick out a long distance relationship for too long. Like if you had to go to tour for a couple weeks, okay, cool. I might miss you and show up and see you one of those days. But like if you're just constantly, and that's what it was, I'm seeing Charlotte's husband was contracted. He was a military contractor. Their relationship was fine until he came home. And she couldn't stand him. She had to pretend to be this nice lady. She had to pretend like she didn't spend money. She had to pretend like she was healthy. She had to pretend like she was his wife when he was home. But when he was gone, it was fine. And she loved it. She could do whatever she wanted, and she had his paycheck. She could do whatever she wanted. And he did the same thing. He could do whatever he wanted. She just didn't know he was living better than she was. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. All right, so that's where we're at. Taking action or not taking action, because you need to deal with what's really happening, and that's the foundations. I feel like we're still where we always are. Let's see, what time are we at? We're at an hour. I'm going to shove in a shadow card here. Why? Because they're sitting on my deck, and I can't put them away until we're done with them. So yeah, I'm dealing with shadows. Are you dealing with shadows? What do we got here? No, we already deal with the Spear of Law. Pops of Anu. Paps of Anu. You know what I find so interesting? I was thinking about this yesterday. Skinwalker Ranch, on top of the Uinta Basin, there's a spiral that there's now. At the bottom of the basin, where they say all this happens, is a triangle. It's all Metatron's fucking language. I find that interesting. Oh, let's see, number 19, Paps of Anu. What's it, 33, Feast. Amen. Yeah, 117. 27, the Wolf. The Raven. Into Spear of Law again. Here we go. Connection to land, interconnectedness of all things. The Pops of Anu, a pair of hills in County Curry named for the goddess Anu, rises in the distance. Of the Morgan's many faces, Anu is most connected to the land and its ability to sustain the people. That's what I posted earlier. Go outside. That's what I told Amelia. We got to get out.
I got a whole bunch of goblins.
I told her I didn't want to, but I knew I had to get out. Just get out. Driving is meditation. Getting out. You know what I mean? This is what you do to make yourself feel good. Go out and make yourself feel good. Something's wrong. Just get out. Below a spiral below a spiral of rocks create a woodland shrine. It is summer, everything is abundant and full of bloom. The trees are lush and green, the woods are teeming with animals. Upon the middle stone, smoke arises from the offering that has been made to the goddess of the land and sovereignty. Bro, we got this there's 2 enormous trash bags full of bagels. I don't know where they came from, bro, but there's every bagel. And nobody's going to touch them because nobody has gloves. I wouldn't. Somebody else's hands have been in there. I'm going to take those big-ass bags tonight, at least one of them, and I have no idea where we're going to put them all. And I'm going to use them because Lugnasa was about a bread offering. They're enormous. The bag is huge. We're going to be throwing fucking bagels all over Cherry Creek,
I'm
bro.
not touching them. They're mold.
You saw them?
There's mold all over me.
Oh, the animals will still eat them. And that's it too, is what you don't know is moldy foods and stuff. That's certain goddesses. That's hell all the way. So that's what I was thinking. I was like, dude, I've been collecting all of these breads still. I haven't made that offering for Lugnasa because I knew I was going to have to do this full moon one, which means I'm going to run and grab some fish. Anyways, let's see. Upon the middle stone, smoke rises from the offering that has been made to the goddess of the land and sovereignty. And that's what I told you. I bought this little grill so that I could make my own little fires. Anu can help us connect with the whole of life. Divinatory meaning. Anu's message is to be aware of all that is around us and all that is connected. She reminds us to stop and listen, to pay attention to the world around us, and to see the interconnectedness of all things. A spiral of stones represents this connection, the never-ending spiral of life. Take time to reflect on the bounty in your life right now. Go outdoors and reconnect yourself to the land you live upon. This card may also indicate that it may be time to reestablish your connectedness to the land and those around you. Dyer is carved in the oak tree, representing strength. The strength we have when we lean on others and offer our support to others. Where can you gain strength? What connections are you building? Obviously I was able to, and that's it. I told Morgan, when you get grounded and centered, then we can, come back together. So I'm working on it rather than running from it. And we're just working from there. And that's it too. It's like if you keep on your track, then you can keep up with me. But if not, then I'll end up going in a different direction. The spell can be used for a petition of strength, connection, nourishment in order to serve something greater than oneself. I'm not going to teach you her spells. Why? We never do. Why? Because when I read out of her book, I have the Priesthood of the Morgan. She always has somebody near her to watch out because she never knows how it's going to go. That's not very inspiring for us to be using.
I'm right next to you, though. You don't believe in me?
Think about your connection and the responsibilities to others. Pick up the stone, hold it in your hand, and focus on your connection to the land, to the gods, to family, friends, community, to yourself. See yourself building strong connections and foundations. I said that earlier. I said that to Morgan. It's like, they're going to miss me. They're going to miss us when we're gone. Especially me. They notice me. I say hi to everyone. You know what I mean? Like, there's the building will notice when it'll be different when I'm gone. That's what I told Morgan too. I was like, they always want to hang out with us. They, because we're a blast. We have our own little blast by ourselves. And it's just that if I'm by myself, they'll come to me. People just keep coming. And I know everyone, or I don't know them, but all the good people know me, and they come and talk to me and stuff like that. It's been cool to be here. And that's it too, is I like seeing the families and stuff that say hi to me and their doggies and their kids and shit. It was funny, I went this morning. I said I forgot to pay my phone bill, so I had to just go put my money on my bank card. And I was walking through the back parking lot, and her dog saw me in the window and started howling at me. She has a big old dog. Morgan has, I don't know what it is, to be honest. I don't know what it is. To be honest, I don't. I'll have to ask her. But he saw me in the window, and it was just going crazy. He's like, I know her! I know her! I know her! It's really funny. And that's the kids too. All the kids will come up as I'm sitting there burning shit. They'll leave their parents and they'll just come sit by me. All the kids, they'll come sit next to me in my little smoke and ask me questions and all kinds of stuff. Their parents usually don't come up. They'll say, stop bothering her. They're not bothering me. They'll always come. They always flock.
I saw Nana and stuff.
Yeah, they just come up. Let's see. Take a drink of the water. It's just kind of understanding what purpose you serve, I think, is what this is. It's like, you guys are teaching me, but I'm here to teach you too, and that's where it is. It's like, that's what God told me when I started this. I'm going to put you in places. There's going to be people there, but they're not going to be able to help you. All you're going to have are the clothes on your back, and you're going to have to stay there until the job is done. Well, everywhere I go, there's just people. So the job is to learn from these people, and then I'm done. Go through some things and stuff. So that's where it is. Again, I told you I felt it. There's a huge shift. And that's all it is. What does that mean? They're changing. They're making a new direction for us. Meaning I'm not going in the same direction I was going because I changed my mind. Which made you change your mind? It's funny, I posted it. All of that. And that's where it is you were so stuck on it yesterday, and now you're totally the opposite today. Yeah, I worked through it. I realized that was a dumb way of thinking. So I'm going to try the other way of thinking and see what works. If that doesn't work, then we'll try something else. Keep trying. Trying to figure yourself out. You're going to get a headache trying to figure out what people are doing. Just know that they have intentions. That's what it is. Why did you say that to me? And that's what I asked her. I was like, why would he say that to me? She's like, maybe that's what he says, just to play the game, just to be like, you know, that's his pickup line. It's like, oh, I don't know how, so that way you can show me. It's like, that's weird, I guess. It's not something you say to someone that's thinking about, you know, that wants to, and that's what it is too. I was like, was he trying to push me away by telling me he was no good? And that's it. I don't know what the fuck your intentions were. I don't know where you were coming from with this. A lot of people are afraid of that too. It's because I'm going to analyze everything you say. I'm going to try to make sense of it because you're just not being truthful. You're not saying the truth. If you just said it flat out, I wouldn't ask some more questions. We could change the subject. That's how me and Morgan are. We don't have to really dive into shit. Well, today I did a little bit. I'll leave it on this note. She was talking to a dude. There's a dude that stays here that's friends with her baby daddy and something. And so she pulls out her phone and she's like, I think stalking is a healthy pastime. I think it feels good. I was like, I disagree. That can't be good for you. She's like, no, it feels good. I was like, what are you looking for? I was like, are you looking for, and that's where I said, I'm trying to figure out, why do you stalk? And I'm thinking about Sophie. I kept trying to figure out, Sophie, why do you keep pulling up at your boyfriend's house and just staring at his house for, what are you hoping to find? I asked her, do you want to catch him with someone else? Do you want him to catch you? Like, why are you doing this? So then I asked her, you know, she's like, you know, at the particular moment, she's looking up her ex. I was like, are you looking to see if they're suffering? Because if they're not and they're happy, isn't that just going to make you mad? Right? If you're looking at someone on the past, what are you looking for? To see if they're doing better or if they're doing worse? Is that what you're looking for? Or what are you looking for? A perfect time to mess with them? I don't understand. I try to. And that's where I have to sit with her. And I'm like, hey, help me understand this. I don't think like you, and two minds are better. Just give me a different perspective to work with. And she helps me with that. I need a different perspective. I can only see it my way until you show me a different view of it. And then I can see it. Most of the time I see it her way. I'm like, that makes sense. You're right. She spends a lot of time doing that too. She's a Virgo. And she spends a lot of time just in analyzation. She watches as much as I watch. I'm just watching like, what the fuck was that? Make sense of that. Make that make sense. Yeah, I guess. Well, that's where I'm at. I don't know. Is that where you're at? Has your plans gone crazy and you're just sitting there waiting for the new plan? Please stand by for new orders. Okay, how long am I supposed to stand here? Please stand by for new orders. I told you we're buffering. You're like waiting for the screen to refresh with your new, you know, bank account or something, your new task.
Made a phone plan.
Who made a phone plan?
Trump Mobile. It's like a phone plan.
Oh yeah, that's what I need. The phone that he has control over. As if he doesn't have enough control over our lives.
The website got overloaded on the first day.
Why? Did you guys buy a Trump phone?
Give it funding.
That's funny. Hey, I don't know, guys. That's where it is. That's what it is. I'm gonna, by the end of tonight, I'll put a link to my new Instagram. It'll be High Priestess Phoenix or something. And we'll do that, and we'll get it started. I do have more cards to read. I don't know about astral traveling. I don't feel like they're telling us to stay in our bodies and deal with our thoughts and feelings. And that's where it is you're always trying to get out of your thoughts and your feelings. So you're doing external things, you know, to keep yourself stimulated so you don't have to think and feel. They're telling us to do it. It's a full moon. How are you not? That's what the day is going to make you do. You're going to feel some type of way by the time that moon gets in the sky. And what you don't know is it's already there. It's already in the sky. We just haven't turned around and looked at it. It never left. We just turned our back on it. Really? Yeah, don't you know how the world works? Going in a circle. Circle jerkers. Hey, I'll catch you guys up with I'll catch up with you later for another reading. Love yous. Laters. Bye-bye now.